very own Chatham High School's Catwalk 2023.
So Catwalk is inspired by the TV reality show Project Runway, with our designers competing for the best overall design.
It's our 11th year, and we are so excited for this year's show. Our designers were challenged to think across time and create a design based on the theme, Dancing Through the Decades.
It was extremely difficult. The designs had to consider both the styles and fabrics from specific decades and the music from that period as well.
I saw some of the designs backstage, and they looked wonderful.
They do, trust me. The tough task of judging the competition has been graciously accepted this year by 3 women who all have extensive experience working in the fashion industry.
Please welcome Susan Marasco, Elisa Newman-Larac, and Paige Henslow.
This year, we have 16 Chatham High School student designers. 1 freshman, 1 sophomore, and 3 seniors all taking part for the first time. We also have 2 sophomores and 5 juniors all participating for the second time, and 5 seniors who've been involved all 3 years.
The Catwalk Challenge began in early December with a trip to Joann's fabric store. They had their ideas and a limited budget, and they purchased all the materials they needed for the entire design.
Designers have been meeting every Tuesday and Thursday evening for a total of 16 2-hour sessions to plan and create their designs. Every outfit is sewn completely from scratch.
Now remember, there were several students that had never sewn before. Just imagine the challenge.
Not something I could ever imagine. I have trouble just finding my clothes on the floor every morning.
You will be amazed at what these designers have created. With the help of 16 seniors as their models, please sit back and enjoy Catwalk 2023, Dancing Through the Decades.
Strong as a guy that thinks he's
a show.
Can we get another round of applause? Thank you. So, I think we can agree that every design took us on a journey through the decades. We saw the 20s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 90s, and even the future represented in these amazing creations.
The judges have a really tough job ahead of them. We're going to ask them to retreat to a time capsule, aka the Teacher's Lounge, to deliberate.
Claps for the judges, yes.
In the meantime, we prepared a video for you, giving you a peek behind the scenes.
I'm Sophia Clark, I'm a senior, and this is my third year doing catwalk.
My name is Noella Delphi.
My name is Annie. I'm a junior, and this is my second year doing catwalk.
My name is Lily Auer.
Hi, my name is Lily Boland. I'm a senior in high school, and this is my second year doing catwalk.
My name is Ava Zagidio.
My name is Caroline Sennett.
I'm Annie. I'm a senior, and this is my third year doing catwalk.
I'm Kara Lackner.
Hi, my name is Mimi Leroy. I'm a senior, and this is my third year doing catwalk.
I'm Kennedy Geekus.
Hi, I'm Ava DiGiovanni. I'm a senior, and this is my first year doing catwalk.
I'm Annie. I'm a junior, and I've been doing catwalk for 2 years now.
My name is Grace Manning.
My name is Olivia Sachs. I'm in 10th grade, and I've been doing catwalk 2 years.
I am Alana. I'm a junior, and this is my second year doing catwalk.
The 1960s is my inspiration. I love shift dresses, I love the bright colors.
Like 1920s and like jazz bars.
When I was researching, I fell in love with doing like a 50s prom dress.
When I went to Joann's fabric store, I didn't really have an idea yet, and then when I got there, I saw the 70s themed fabric, and I was like, I definitely want to do 70s themed.
Well, the year I'm doing is 40s, so I got my design from an Oscar de la Renta dress that I was just like scrolling on Pinterest and I found it.
Originally, I knew I wanted to do like a big 80s prom dress, so I looked through photo albums of my mom and her sister's prom dresses, and I found one that my aunt had, and it was pink with the sweetheart neckline, and I fell in love with it.
I thought of the song Dancing Queen, so I decided to make a 70s disco jumpsuit.
My inspiration was Freddie Mercury. I took inspiration from his iconic white jeans and how he usually wears these printed collared shirts, and I just made it more feminine.
I would say it was mostly the 60s. I was really inspired by disco and the patterns and the style back then.
My inspiration for my design was a 50s inspired swing dress, almost like T-length and very lacy.
Well, I'm doing a night.
Okay. My inspiration was kind of making a modern 80s prom dress.
I was inspired by the 90s group TLC, and I knew I wanted to do the decade the 90s because I feel like that's when hip hop came around, so it was a new decade of dance.
The inspiration for my design was kind of the future. I don't know, that's kind of the decade, I guess you could say, the first thing I thought of when I heard the theme. So I was kind of thinking about how older media portrayed the future, like the Jetsons and Back to the Future.
I knew right off the bat that I wanted to do an 80s look. I wanted to do something really bright and colorful. So that's why I decided to do a skirt with 3 different colors.
My inspiration was just mainly around Grease and the movie.
The 1920s, obviously. I really liked the elegance of the flappers and all of their glitz and glam, but I wanted to have a more modern silhouette.
I would say the sleeves. They're really, really small, and it was pretty terrible, but yeah, definitely the sleeves.
I think working with the 2 layers of lace and lining was really difficult because I had to do everything twice, which got really confusing, and I would mix up the 2 different layers.
I was used to using a different brand, but this time I was using the Brother machine, so I had trouble adjusting to a new machine, but once I figured it out, it was all good.
So the first night of catwalk, I actually singed through my fabric, and then I cut a center, I cut through the center folds of my top, So then I had to basically redo my entire design, so it was pretty challenging.
My greatest challenge while sewing was probably the top of my dress. I'm still working on it right now currently because it's a lot of different pieces, and the top actually has boning, which is like little bits of plastic to give the top body. So there's them in the seams, there's these little plastic pieces. And it was starting off really well, and then the way that my pattern had me do it was a little bit confusing, so that was a struggle for me.
I sewed the wrong pieces together a few times, so one session it took me like the whole 2 hours to like undo the stitch and then like re-sew it together.
I think my greatest challenge when sewing was like my fabric, because it wasn't like that conventional. It was kind of hard to sew sometimes, and it would like get annoying and bunch.
Honestly, I think it was like reading the pattern, because there was always like parts, like even like with the jeans and the top, where like me, like the seamstresses and I like didn't even know what we were doing, so we just like improv'd, I guess.
My greatest challenge when sewing was probably making sure that everything fit my model. It's definitely a challenge when you sew everything together and then you put it on and then you realize like you have to add something.
I think it's a tie between me cutting out my fabric like in the very beginning, because I have denim with a bunch of seams and it's just so thick and hard to cut, and also the zipper, because for jeans you have like a flap that goes over the zipper, so it was really hard to figure out how to sew that, but Miss Schmitter helped me a lot because I messed it up 6 times.
My greatest challenge when sewing was probably the boning on the top of my dress, which like kind of made it more of like a corset dress because it was like really hard to sew.
I think that my greatest challenge was probably working with the bodysuit, just because I'd never worked with that fabric before, and like the more you touch it, like the more it stretches out, so it was hard to like get it to fit like perfectly.
My greatest challenge when sewing is when I completely burnt through my velvet fabric, so there was a hole just like in the middle of my top. But I figured it out, and I just had to like sew in like another panel, but it was a mess.
My greatest challenge is probably like figuring out how to combine the 2 parts of my dress, the top and the bottom.
Probably fitting the dress to like a real human, because normally when I sew, it's just for me, so I can like try things on as much as I want, but when it's to like another human, it's a lot harder and scarier, because you have to like, it's like a lot scarier.
I would say just my fabric was really stretchy, so a lot of times it would like move around a lot when I was sewing it and getting the pieces to line up right, but it worked out.
Just be creative. Don't try to go with the trends, just stick to what you know.
I think just take one step at a time and really read the instructions, because if you keep on skipping steps or go too quickly, it might not end up well.
Ask for help if you need it.
I would say take it slow and like take your time and make sure you go through everything like very carefully, because I struggled with like going really fast in the beginning, but like once I started pacing myself, like everything was coming together better than it was before.
Definitely take the time to do the little things.
My advice to someone making their own garment is probably not to get like too frustrated, because I know sometimes like it might all not like come out how you imagined in your head.
My best advice is measure twice, cut once. Measure 4 times, cut once.
I would say like take things slow and really like if you're unsure about something, like ask someone for help, because it takes a while to redo.
I guess just like be creative and just like don't be scared to do it, because it's like really fun and like the outcome definitely pays off.
I would say take your time, especially at the beginning when you're cutting out your pieces, because it's really important that they're cut out accurately and neatly, because it helps a lot in the end.
I would say to take it slow and don't be impulsive with your decisions, and if you ever have like any question, even if it's so small, just ask, because it's more annoying to have to like go back and redo stuff.
I'd probably give the advice to not to kind of go outside the box and not constrain yourself and just your ideas and kind of do whatever you want, because then you'll be the most creative.
I think my best advice would be definitely to try it on multiple times throughout the process, because you can make small adjustments that really make a big difference in the final product.
To kind of be okay with not following every single step of your pattern. For me, I use my pattern, but a lot of the seamstresses here kind of led me through doing it my own way and not following every single step.
Probably just have patience with yourself, because sewing is so hard and fiddly, and there's so many scary steps that you have to take and so many words that you're not going to know, so you just have to be patient and kind to yourself.
I think I would wear my dress in public. It's not too loud, so I think it would blend in pretty well.
I would probably wear it on Making in Public, but people would probably look at me like I'm crazy because it's very 70s. The fabric is very 70s inspired.
I think I would wear what I'm making in public, but I would have to have a lot of confidence for it, because it's very loud and bright. So I think I would, but I would just need to muster up some confidence.
100%. I wish I was my model's size, because I actually love the pants that I'm making.
No, probably not.
Definitely if I was going to a red carpet or something.
Yeah.
It depends on where I am, but honestly, yes. I would wear it down the streets of New York City, in the middle of the day, maybe. I would wear it to prom, probably. That would be fun.
Yes, if I had somewhere to wear it to, I definitely would, a wedding or something.
Yeah, because it's I guess it's wearable.
Yes, I would.
But wear what I'm making in public, it's one of the reasons I chose this design is because I liked it so much and it was something that I would have worn myself.
Maybe I'd wear my shirt. I don't know if I'd wear the pants, and I definitely would not wear them together. But maybe if I was in the 90s, I'd wear it, but not now.
Probably not in modern days, but if I was living in the 80s, probably.
I think I would definitely wear what I made. I like how fun it is. It's definitely something different. I don't have anything like it in my closet. So in the right situation, I definitely would wear my design.
Yes, I would. I would wear part of it, you'll see, but yeah, I would.
I mean, probably not, just because when I'm in public, I'm going to school or the gym, and I wouldn't really wear a 1920s flapper dress covered in pearls to the gym.
Oh, how cute. Yeah.
To give judges a little more time and let you hear from the designers, we've arranged a little Q&A.
We'd like to invite each designer and their model back on stage.
All right, so this is Kennedy. Everyone say hi to Kennedy. Thank you. Okay, so Kennedy, what's the best thing about taking part in the catwalk?
I think the best thing for me personally was seeing all of the original ideas come to life, because people talk about what they plan on doing, but then by the end you start to see it all really come together, and it's just insane because it's just so cool that everyone was able to express themselves through what they made. It was really cool.
Kennedy. All right, now this is Kara. Kara, what's your favorite / most successful element of your outfit?
I would probably say that my favorite part is like probably the skirt because I really enjoy like the layering that I did, and I feel like it kind of embodies like the 80s like prom dress style that I tried to make.
Thank you.
All right. What advice would you give to a designer taking part in Catwalk next year?
I would say take it slow and don't be afraid to take risks because you'd be surprised at your capabilities when you go off pattern.
And if you were invited to the Met Gala, which of the 2023 Catwalk designers would you choose to design your look and why?
I would probably choose Annie Walsh to design it because I really liked her design for her dress and it was very well made.
Thank you very much.
Get one final round of applause for all of the designers in the room. We're now going to get the next 4 designers and their models up here.
How's the show so far?
Okay, so I'm here with Caroline. Caroline, what is the most challenging thing about your design sessions?
I feel like the most challenging thing about the design sessions is that they're only 2 hours long, and although it may seem like a long amount of time, like when you're actually working, it goes by so fast, and like sometimes you may be in the middle of working on something and you'll just have to kind of fold it up and put it in your bag, even though it has like pins all over it and it's like half sewn. So you have to like come back next week and like unfold it and just get back into it.
Thank you. Lily, what was your biggest challenge when creating your design?
I know in the video I talked about the boning, which is right here on her top. But I would also say the skirt was really hard because I self-drafted the pattern, which basically means like I just made it like on my own. So that was really hard to do, and all these tiers were kind of a nightmare when I was doing it, but it turned out really well, so I'm happy about that.
Thank you.
Annie, let us in on the secret. What is the most fun thing about the design sessions?
I would probably say seeing everyone's designs starting off as a fabric and then becoming a real life design like towards the end of all of those sessions.
Why did the decade you chose inspire you to create your design?
The decade I chose, which was the 50s, inspired my design because I think a lot of the music from then is very like teenage love and romance, and so that sort of inspired like the very feminine like frills and all of that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, a bunch of great answers.
Okay, I'm here with Mimi. Mimi, what's the best thing about taking part in Catwalk?
I would say for me, Catwalk is like the perfect distraction in the middle of a school week. So you get to be creative and be with your friends, and I'm honestly really sad it's ended.
Thank you, Mimi. Ava, what's your favorite / most successful element of your outfit?
I think my favorite part of my design is the back, so I use thanks Bettina, I use safety pins to kind of do the back, and I feel like it adds to the futuristic-y effect that I was going for, so.
If you were invited to the Met Gala, which of the 2023 catwalk designers would you choose to design your look and why?
I would definitely choose Sophia. I love her style. Her designs are really pretty. And I just think it's really elegant, and that would be what I would wear. So.
What advice would you give to a new designer taking part in catwalk next year?
I would definitely say to have an open mind, just because I feel like going in with this idea, you might surprise yourself at what you find, and I think that's super important in developing a design.
Thank you very much. Excellent job.
Okay, time for our final four.
Final four. Last four, best four.
There we go. Now it's your turn. Here you go, guys. Okay, so Sophia, what did you enjoy most about the designing sessions?
My favorite part about the designing sessions would be seeing everyone's final outfits come together and just being with my friends every Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay, thank you. Annie, what is the most challenging thing about the design sessions?
I mean, if I'm being honest, it's not the design sessions that are challenging, it's all of this part, public speaking and walking in front of a bunch of people.
Fair enough.
What was your biggest challenge when creating your design?
My design had a lot of tiny parts in it, and they came together really weird, so that just took a lot of time and focus.
Why did the decade you chose inspire you to create a design?
So the decade I chose is the 70s. I was really inspired by the whole 70s rock scene and sort of just mimicking, I guess Queen and Freddie Mercury's just whole aesthetic into mine.
Thank you very much. One final round of applause for everybody.
So we've been told the judges have come to a decision.
So without further ado, let's welcome to the stage.
Our first judge is Susan Morosco, who has over 25 years of experience in the fashion industry and was a senior fashion director at Bloomingdale's.
Our next judge is Alicia Newman-Larak, a fashion stylist who has worked backstage at over 70 fashion shows during New York Fashion.
Our third judge is Paige Enslow, who is one of our own, a Chatham High School grad from 2014. She's now launched her own fashion brand, Stuart Enslow. Her pieces are inspired by disco, retro futurism, mid-century design. She designs through the decades.
Thank you guys so much for taking up your time to judge our designs this year. And without further ado, they will present this year's winner.
first of all, thank you guys so much for having us and having me. This was such a fun experience. I did catwalk when I was in CHS, so yeah, it's been a really great day, and we're so impressed by all of the work that the designers did. It's just really amazing to see what everyone accomplished. Okay, I guess I'll start with our special commendation for the interpretation of the challenge. That goes to Mimi Leroy. She had a really fun hip-hop inspired look from the 90s that we really just thought was amazing and showed the 90s so well. Our next commendation for quality of workmanship goes to Ava DeGidio. It was so well finished, and just the construction of it was really beautiful. We were so impressed. And the first prize is going to a designer that we thought just really captured the essence of her decade. It was clear that she was so passionate about the decade that she chose and took a lot of liberties with her pattern making. We just thought she did an excellent job from start to finish, and that is Lily Auer.
Thank you guys very much.
Guys, you made Lily cry. Come on. Alright, I'm good. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you again to our incredible and selfless catwalk committee, Joanne Lawson, Tara Walsh, and Fran Clark for all their guidance and the help of the show.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And first of all, I'd like to thank Samantha Canto and Flynn Decker for being our MCs today. They were great. My name is Joanne Morrison, and along with my co-chairs Tara Walsh and Frank Clark, it's been an absolute pleasure running Catwalk this year. I can't tell you how exciting it's been. Now, you already know that we went to Joann's Fabrics back in December, and the girls only had a head full of ideas and $80 in their pockets, and I can tell you that that 3 hours was completely crazy. They were running around screaming, and then this girl is doing my design, but we did it, and we got to the Tuesday and Thursday sessions. What you see up here is only done at school. Nothing goes home. So at the end of the 2 hours, everything is packed back into the bag, and then they have to come back next week. And I had quite a few girls saying, please, can I take my dress home? And the answer is no. Now, the one thing that I have been amazed by, and I know Tara and Fran think the same thing, is the teamwork that goes into this. So all of the girls are from freshman to senior, so different ages, different experiences, but they are so supportive of each other. They are a really great team. They cheer each other on, they help each other, they really support each other. And at all of those sessions too, we've had seamstresses that have helped us out. Now, I can't sew anything, so for me this was fantastic. And the seamstresses not only have been very knowledgeable and very skillful, but also really, really kind and really, really calm. And that's exactly what we need. So I'm going to ask our senior designers to come out, and if I could have the seamstresses stand up. We have Mrs. Schmitter. Thank you very much, all the seamstresses. We couldn't have done it without you. So that's the 2 months of work leading up to here, but today we have a huge team backstage, getting all of the girls to the judges, getting all of the girls on the stage, and what you've seen has just been rehearsed today. They haven't had any other time to do it, and from 10 o'clock this morning, when there were a big bunch of nerves, and so were we've got to the stage we are now. So thanks to all of the volunteers backstage. We really appreciate it. And finally, I'd like to thank Jess Boyd for helping us with all of the music and the slideshow that you've seen. And also to Holly and Sonia for helping us with the program that you have in front of you. Our very last thank you is to the chair of the fashion show, and that's Yvonne Greenwood. She has been driven completely mad by all of my texts saying, how do I do this? How do I do that? And Yvonne, we have a little gift for you, and I'm sure you're going to want to drink it tonight. So thank you very much for coming, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you in 2024 for Catwalk. And now I'm going to hand it back to our MCs.
Alright, before we go, the winner of tonight's raffle for the Dyson Airwrap is, drum roll please, Bettina Modelbank. Congratulations, you can find Melissa Bailey at the raffle table on your way out to collect the prize.
Let's have one more round of applause for our amazing designers and their hard work. Friday, March 10th.
Thank you, everyone, and get home safely.